and leading by 6 points, a 2-point increase from the last survey. Joining me now, political analyst John Ralston. He is also a talk show host in Nevada, and he is in Stanford, California today. And John, with a welcome to you on this Sunday, let's get your first reaction on these poll numbers. Why do you think Trump is lagging, and should he be worried about your state?
Well, he certainly should be, Alex, and that poll matches up with another one that was done last week that showed Trump down 6 points in Nevada. Exactly the same result. I think that all the revelations that have come out lately, beginning with the tape, he has started to fade. The state was a toss-up state for a long time, as you know, but I think that he's starting to fall behind now, and I think I can break some news here for you, Alex. The Hillary Clinton campaign's taking nothing for granted. The president is scheduled now to come to Nevada for a rally 1 week from today to rally the troops. Early voting starts next weekend here. So the Senate race, as you know, is very, very important. The Republicans are focused on that, but the president's going to do an early voting rally here next Sunday to try to rally the troops to get early voting numbers up for the Democrats.
Well, and as you well know, that's going to be pivotal. It has been. And the Latino and the Hispanic vote, I mean, the turnout was really big the last couple of elections for Obama. A recent Washington Post report says, citing the nation's largest Latino civic groups, they have registered more than 100,000 new voters, John. So interpret that for Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's bad news for Trump here. You mentioned the turnout for Hispanics for Obama in the last two presidential cycles. Hispanics were about 15% of the electorate in 2008, Alex, and about 18% in 2012. There's a lot of speculation, predictions that because of Donald Trump turning out Hispanic voters against him, that could get up over 20%. That spells doom for him here. And it's a big problem, too, in the Senate race, which is the Senate race here, as you know, Alex, could determine control of the U.S. Senate. That's also bad for the Republicans.
Yeah, in fact, that Senate race you're talking, I mean, that's in a dead heat. You remember Joe Heck, of course, the Senate Republican candidate who disavowed Trump about a week ago. He said he's not voting for him. You think that announcement is hurting him now?
Well, people were watching when that happened. He was booed by the very friendly crowd when he made that spontaneous announcement at a rally. Mitt Romney was there as well. And when Heck said, I've decided not just to disavow Trump, Alex, but to ask him to step down off of the ticket, he was booed from the crowd. There's been a couple of conflicting polls that have come out recently. One said about 34% of Republicans now would not vote for him. The other said 14% might not vote for him anymore. Either of those numbers being right, considering, as you mentioned, the race is a dead heat in Nevada, is very, very problematic for him.
You know, Trump has really been doubling down on the claims that the election is rigged. You have Politico today, which was talking about this mounting pressure that some of the top Republicans are coming under to try to defend the legitimacy of the electoral system. And here's what they added, this quote: Republicans and Democrats in Washington and beyond fear that the aftermath of the 2016 election will create a festering infection in the already deep and lasting wound that the campaign is leaving on America. I mean, John, does the aftermath of Trump losing the election worry you at all, or do you think this is overblown?
Oh, I don't think it's overblown at all, Alex. I think it's something that everybody should worry about. He essentially, as he is going down, is trying to delegitimize the Hillary Clinton presidency by saying that the election is rigged. It is so pernicious, so insidious to tell Americans that when they go to vote, that their vote will not matter because the election is rigged. By the way, without any evidence whatsoever, and the fact is that voter fraud in this is minuscule and has never been measured to be significant anywhere. The fact that Donald Trump is trying to question the legitimacy of an election is something that goes on in a third world country, and I think it's going to be very, very dangerous no matter who wins the election.
Yeah, I'm going to go even further and bring you just a line here from Julie Pace's Associated Press article, in which it reads, a study by a Loyola Law School professor found that out of the 1 billion votes that were cast in all U.S. elections between 2000 and 2014, 1 billion votes, John, only 31 known cases of impersonation fraud. To your point there. Let me ask you about Wednesday with this debate, John, quickly. How should Trump display himself in this debate? What should he focus on or avoid?
Well, I'm not sure what he should do. I'll tell you what I think he's going to do. And I think he's going to mirror what he's been doing the last week or so since the last debate, which is flailing away, making charges at the Hillary Clinton, saying all kinds of things. I think he'll talk about the election being rigged, and I think he'll probably bring up everything that he's brought up. It'll be a kitchen sink debate for Trump. He will throw everything at Hillary Clinton. This is a guy going down who is trying to pull her down with him, and probably the Republican Party as well.
All right, John Ralston, always good to talk with you. Thank you so much.
You too.
I'll ask an attorney who's also a senior advisor to the Trump campaign about what Donald Trump should say at the next debate. And in the next hour on Meet the Press,